Welcome. We begin in the UK, where counter-protests are underway in London and other cities after days of far-right violence. People are now rallying against the recent riots. These are live pictures that we're showing you, condemning the right wing and calling for calm. The violence started after a fatal knife attack on 3 young girls last week, while police are now bracing for more unrest, with far-right groups issuing calls for rallies in at least 100 locations across the country on Wednesday. All right, these are live pictures that we're showing you right now from the capital, London, a sizable crowd there that has gathered. Let's take you now to Step Fazen. She is in Rotherham in South Yorkshire, where she comes to us. And I understand you were there also to cover the anti-racism and pro-immigration protests. Just give us a sense of what's going on.
Yes, we have seen these counter-protests across the UK this evening, and also where I was, hundreds of people were actually gathering here, exactly here on this street, because what's happening is that far-right groups had published a list of more than 30 law firms, immigration lawyers who've been working with refugees as a possible target for protest and possible attacks this evening. So what happened is that all these counter-protesters, anti-racism, anti-far-right protesters showed up to basically protect these law firms from possible far-right protests. And just in the last hours, we saw hundreds of people here behind me trying to protect people from going at these law firms. Also, lots of police were here, but so far no far-right protesters have appeared, and we have seen the same picture in cities like Bristol, Newcastle, all over the UK. A lot of people have come basically in solidarity with immigrants, with refugees, people of color, everyone who feels very much threatened by these far-right protests in the last couple of days and this last week. And what also has been happening here just on Sunday, a hotel where refugees were staying has been attacked just very near to here. Police couldn't basically protect people there, so people went into this hotel, and now what we're seeing is that refugees, asylum seekers from all over the UK are not feeling safe in their hotels, in the places where they were being sheltered, and now they have been moved out to other places as well. So a lot of anxiety here in the UK, but as we have now seen this evening, the UK was bracing itself for another night of very possibly violent violent far-right protests, and these for now have not materialized.
Right, and as you're reporting, we're actually showing live pictures from London and Birmingham, where there are sizable crowds there, anti-racism and anti-far-right demonstrations taking place as you're reporting. Talk to us, Step, about how authorities are preparing for potential more unrest as the evening progresses.
Well, we know that around 6,000 police are on alert, are basically in this whole region at all these locations where possibly protests were announced to be taking place. All these messages go around on social media. There were addresses published of law firms. People basically had to be evacuated from these firms. Lawyers have been in hiding in fear of being attacked. So the government police has been guarding all these locations throughout this evening, and they also have been very repressive in the sense that when there is some kind of attack or any kind of violence, people have been detained very quickly and also been prosecuted very quickly. We have seen that people have already been sentenced, some for a couple of months, even some for a couple of years, for the violence that they have committed in the last week. Basically, this is something that the UK has seen in the past, but this last week, since the tragic stabbing of the 3 little girls in Southport, this has completely gone out of hand, and now a lot of people in the country are living basically in fear.
Step Fazen reporting. Thank you so very much.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.